All right, so I'm here with Adam from Manseien.
Hey.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Adam, and I'm a student at the nursery named Monsayan. Omiya Bonsai Cho.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from the United States.
Where? Which part?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right.
So originally, and I came over here to learn some things about some trees, as it were.
How long have you been at Manseien?
6 months.
Okay.
Traditionally it's a 5-year program. 5 years takes to as an apprentice, as a student. So I'm new into that situation. It's really exciting, very enjoyable.
So you're going to be staying for the whole period?
If I can work out my visa. Visas are complicated matters, but if I can work it out, I'd like to stay.
Wow.
The visa I have now is good for a couple more years, so
I see.
I've got some time to organize it.
That's good.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully we can work that out.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn as much as I can.
Yeah. Cool.
But maybe today you have some questions about the Ezo-matsu.
Yeah, we were just
known as the Ezo-spruce.
Ezo-spruce.
So from Sweden, right? There's many spruce trees up there.
Oh yeah.
So maybe you guys have a lot of raw material that you can use.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a little different from the pine trees in the ways that it grows. It grows a lot slower.
Okay.
Than a black pine or a red pine, 5-needle pine for that matter.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest differences is the way that you go about pruning the tree in the summertime or in the springtime.
Okay. So in the spring, what do we get? Do we get one candle or?
Yeah, you'll get. I guess from the center of any given branch, you'll get a new candle, a new grouping of needles, and you can just pick them with your fingers. So if you hold the base of the new growth and pick the tip, pull the tip off, maybe leaving about a half a centimeter worth of new needles.
Okay.
Then that's the way that you can prune them in the springtime.
Yeah.
And then again in the fall you can do that again. But in the fall, if you do it in the fall, it's a little too stiff to be used with your hands, so you need to use scissors at that point. But you want to when you do that in the fall, you want to spin the branch over and cut from the underside, so you make sure you're only cutting the branch and not any of the needles. If you cut the needles, of course they'll turn brown and die. But if you only cut the branch, then that's the best.
So you often get 2 flushes. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. So if you do it if you prune in the springtime, you get new buds farther back on the branch. So that's maybe I guess the best time to do it. And it's the easiest time to do it as well, because you can use your hands and it's very clear which ones are the new buds and which ones are the old growth, because there's quite a difference in color. The new buds are just like a very light green color and very soft, so it's very easy to pick with your fingers.
Do you do any needle picking of old needles and reducing?
No, not with these.
Okay.
Not in the same way that you would with the pine tree.
Yeah.
Where you can take the last year's growth needles off of the back on the branch. You don't do that with these.
Not with spruces in general, then.
No.
Okay.
Because they'll the way that the needles grow on these trees, they'll fall off by themselves. When the time comes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they don't stay. These needles don't stay as long as
I see. I thought it was interesting. Also, you mentioned that we often like to force the trees and feed the heck out of them and try to grow them as fast as possible.
Yeah, these the spruces, this particular kind of spruce, the Ezo-matsu, because it's from so far north in the northern part of Hokkaido, similar to Sweden, it grows really, really slowly. So if we force feed them, lots of fertilizers, lots of sun, lots of water, big root ball. It grows fast, but over the course of 50 or 60 years, it'll actually weaken the tree. So maybe you get fast results, but in the long run, it's not a good process.
Not a sustainable tree, you could say.
That's right. It's not a good practice to get in the habit of. You want to, with any of these trees, right? You want to be as kind to them as you can.
Yeah.
So, growing them slowly, the way they would in nature, is probably the best.
So we're growing them for our grandchildren, right?
That's right. Yeah. Multi-generational trees.
All right.
But that's fun because you have an heirloom that you can give to your grandkids.
Yeah, and then you have to find some other. Hope that you have some hand-downs from your grandparents.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Is there anything else about the care of Ezo-spruce that we need to know?
In the springtime, it's okay to water the whole tree.
Okay.
So like with the goyo-matsu, with the 5-needle pine, right? Maybe it's not so excited about having its needles wet.
Oh.
But with these, yeah, it's okay to just water the whole tree.
Oh, I thought it was so interesting as well with the cuttings that you can.
Yeah, that's right. With the spruce trees, instead of having to air graft them, where you prepare the branch and grow more roots. With these trees, you can simply take a cutting and put it in the ground like you would like an aloe or a jade, and it'll root itself.
That's I was very surprised.
Easier way of doing
that's
things,
that's
right?
great.
Unfortunately,
And you do that at Manseien?
Yeah, we do that at Manseien.
I think you're pretty famous especially for the Ezo-spruces.
Right.
So you said that you have some precious variety which has much shorter needles.
That's right. Yeah, this is a pretty average size needle, but you could imagine a needle maybe half the size.
Okay.
So maybe
that's gonna be
5 millimeters long, full grow.
Wow.
So it's a really beautiful, nice dark emerald green color, really rich, darker green color, really nice tree.
They're
kind of on the expensive side because they're very rare. As a seedling, maybe it's like 1 in 1,000 will turn out like that.
That's interesting. Well, thank you very much for this info. Yeah, we'll start trying the Ezo-spruces in Sweden. I'm sure it will be a hit. All right, thanks a lot.